Jerry Nard.
Alright, what's going on, my people? Welcome to the SN95 Power channel. I am trying to keep y'all updated with this swap, but I gotta be honest, it's hard to take time out to edit videos and try to get this car ready for Ponies and the Smokies. So, what's today, the 24th? I have 31 days left until we hit Ponies and the Smokies. It's nice that I have the engine in the car now. I just spoke to my transmission builder today. I should have that back in a couple of weeks. So as far as scheduling goes, that looks good. What I'm out here doing today, I'm just putting the valve covers on. Oh my gosh, like I went and spent like $30 at Ace Hardware on bolts. And I could have swore I bought, I needed fine thread bolts and they're coarse thread. So this is taking another hour out of my day to go back and get all that stuff taken care of. So I do have videos that I've recorded, installing the timing chain, installing the swap brackets, installing the headers. Honestly, I just don't know when I'm going to have time to drop all this in chronological order. So that's why I'm just kind of like jumping ahead. And I just want to give y'all an update, let y'all know that, you know, progress is being made on this. And I'm just not uploading because it takes time to edit these videos and I'm really up against the clock. So, one other thing I did, so in the GT 500 Supercharger, there's a intake temperature sensor on the throttle body tunnel, and there's one at the back of the blower on the lid. Running the Holly, you want to get the hottest air temperature, so I mounted my MAT sensor, and this is typically what guys do, is they'll mount their temperature sensor on the back of the supercharger. I do have, you won't be able to see it, or maybe you will. Down in that tunnel, I have my Terminator X wires penetrating the firewall. So I'm trying to hide the wires as best as possible. And I'm working on the video. As I go along, I'm doing a video of this. And I'm really gonna take my time with this Terminator X install, because there's really no comprehensive videos that I was able to find on installing this Terminator X Max on a Coyote motor. Holly has a video, but you know, for us SN95 guys, I kind of want to be a little bit more thorough, because there are a couple of little extra wires that they don't get to into explaining on the Holly install for the Terminator Max on their video. And you know, I'll take a little bit of time in doing that. Waiting for my hydro boost. I have my braided steel brake line, so I'm running all new AN lines, and I'm just waiting to get all that stuff. If it's not too dark in here. So this is the biggest pile of spaghetti that is going to take the most time, because you have the Holly ECU, you have the TI VCT computer right there, and then you have two ignition coil modules. So I have to find a way to get all this wire nice and neat under this carpet. So that's going to take the majority of time when I do this install. And another thing that I want to do, I don't have the instruction booklet with me, but what I really want to do, and I saw a a GM guy do this on his install. He just opened up the book and would page by page, step by step on installing his Terminator Max on his Chevy build. So that's the plan, if time permits, that I'm going to do with this install on this Terminator Max. There's no suspension in the front of the car right now, so only thing we have hooked up is the K member. I just brought the power steering rack home. Another thing is I gotta look at Project Kendra and this AC line. You know, you kind of, it's gonna route sort of like this, but the problem that I'm gonna have, come on, get down in there. I guess I can't do it like this. But the problem I'm gonna have is this bend right here, because I'm gonna need like a 90-degree and then bend back down. So I gotta look at Kendra's AC lines and figure out if I can just reuse those lines. Maybe the bend is a little bit different, but if not, then we gotta figure that out. That's not gonna keep me from going to Ponies and the Smokies. So, and you know, March, normally down there at Ponies, it's, you're lucky if it hits 60 degrees. Most of the times it's in the high 40s. So that's not real critical right now. But yeah, I just wanted to give y'all an update on what's going on. There's, gosh, a lot to do, and I don't have a lot of time to do it. So I'm gonna try to pump some videos out for y'all, but be patient with me. I really wanna document this, but at the same time, y'all, I really want this car to make it to pits. So leave a comment down below. I'm kind of like rambling right now because I'm so pissed off. I bought the wrong bolts for my valve covers, and I gotta kind of wait until Bryson gets home to go back out to take care of that. But yeah, leave a comment down below. How do y'all think this looks? I think once I get this supercharger mounted on here, the engine bay is gonna look pretty killer. Like, all the wires are gonna come from behind, so I'm not gonna have like that big bulk of wire that's gonna come from that corner over there and come across. I'm going to use a trunk coolant reservoir. So all those coolant lines are gonna go back that way. You won't really have any lines coming up to the front of the car, or, you know, as far as the coolant lines, normally they come here and go down that way. I won't have that. So really, the only thing you're gonna see is the radiator hose and the cold air intake. And gosh, I wish I could really pull these out. They're in another video, but let's do this real quick. Shout out to my man, the Sun Chaser, who hooked me up with these. And so when people talk about hot air intakes, I'm not gonna have that problem because these headlight assemblies, as you can see, has like a little ram air thing to them. So if you can envision that, that's how that's gonna sit. Other great thing about that headlight too, I can put like a 3-inch or maybe a 4-inch, I think it's a 3-inch projector bulb or projector housing up in there. So that's really gonna help the lighting output, and it's gonna help my air intake temperatures and under the hood temperature. So really excited about this product. Also, I can't think of my man's name, but he makes these spare tire covers. My man Patrick at Mod Addicts, he did a video on the one he has for the Foxbody. So this company makes these spare tire covers for the SN95 and the Foxbodies. This is important because, you know, these cars being close to 30 years old, that old tire cover that we have in these cars, you know, they soak up moisture. There's moisture in the air, and, you know, 30 years of soaking up moisture, you know, even though it might not have been exposed to direct water, you know, those things are going to get water damage. They're going to bow. They're not going to have that rigidity like they did when they were new. So my man sells these tire covers. I got to install when I put in the trunk mount reservoir. I'm going to show you how nicely that tire spare tire cover works back there in the back. But yeah, those are the two like real people I'm going to shout out as far as products in this build. You know, the Sun Chaser gave me a nice little discount on this, and my man, I have to put his information up here. He sent me out the spare tire cover for free. I think that's like a great idea for this platform, because most of us, you know, we have some kind of subwoofer, or, you know, even if you don't have a subwoofer, you put stuff back there, and, you know, you just need something that's rigid and strong that's going to support whatever you're putting on that piece of spare tire cover back there. So yeah, I'm real excited about those two products. So do me a solid, tell a couple of people about the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the bell notifications. Like I say, I'm going to be pumping out some videos. Oh, a couple of other things. So the stock coolant adapter, you know, I got rid of that and I went with this aftermarket one. We have aftermarket fuel rails. We're going to keep this 80-pound injectors for this year. I am going to increase the pulley size on this supercharger. The reason why I'm doing that is because I have to slow this car down. I don't have a cage in it, and you know, no matter what I do right now, the car is going to be a 10-second car. So really, it's just me modulating pedal to try to not get kicked off the track, because, you know, even if I put the biggest pulley possible on this thing and made like 5 pounds of boost, it's still gonna run 10 seconds. So yeah, so I'm excited to get this car down there to Ponies. The plan is to get it on the track that Thursday, and just really be out here with the people. I'm not too worried about having this car judged or anything like that. The car is not going to sit at the car show all day. I don't want my car held captive in the convention center, none of that stuff. So it's really for me just making it down there and get a chance to hang out with y'all, and, you know, talk to y'all about y'all builds, and, you know, answer any questions that y'all might have. So, hey y'all, Hail Mary, pray with me to get this this build done. But I think we're in good shape. So appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Like I say, I'm sorry I didn't really do a install video for this week, but I'm just really scrapped for time. So I'm just kind of giving y'all an update on this. So hey, I appreciate y'all rocking with me, and until next time, God bless.